Welcome to our video tutorial on social media and how to make your social media accessible to everyone, most notably individuals with disabilities that may affect how they're able to connect with your social media posts. We're going to cover a few ways here, but if you have additional ways, feel free to leave more suggestions in the comments. Our first suggestion fittingly has to do with videos like this. Any videos you post for your group should include captions, so that students that have difficulty hearing can instead read the content of your video. Captions can be used on most sites like YouTube and Facebook fairly easily. They may offer to try to create the captions automatically, but this is usually full of errors, so make sure you either write or double check the captions before you post the video. Now, we often might post flyers or pictures on most sites, and it's easy just to post a flyer and move on. But there's a few things we need to consider. If someone has difficulty seeing your flyer, you want to make sure that all relevant info is also in the description or text. So if you post a flyer on Instagram, include enough info in the text that they can find out everything they need there. At bare minimum, tell them where to find more information. If you're posting a flyer with dates, times, and locations, you should also replicate this info in the text field. If you want to go the extra mile, you can use alternative text of what the image is. A picture of the bell tower on a nice afternoon might be accompanied by text that reads, "A beautiful afternoon at UC Riverside, the bell tower in the distance." Or a group of students cheering at a basketball game might be labeled, "3 students cheering in a crowd at a basketball game wearing body paint, spelling out UCR. If you use Twitter for your org, there's an option you could turn on in the settings menu that allows you to post an image description whenever you post a picture. Log into Twitter, head to settings, and then down to accessibility. Select the image description option. Now when you post a picture, you can describe it for anyone using a screen reader that is viewing Twitter. Now let's talk about these readers, which read tweets and posts to students that might have difficulty seeing them. Our natural inclination is to make posts that include hashtags and usernames, but those things make it difficult for readers to translate. Let's look at this example. The post reads as, "Hey UCR students, make sure you're following UCR Student Life to get info about the new Tartan Soul shirts." It sounds through a reader like this.
Hey #u.c.r. Students, make sure you're following at Student Life to get info about the new Tartan Soul shirts.
Some readers might even get more complicated reads, including explaining where these links like the hashtags and @ symbols point to. Overall, it's just not easy to understand. Consider posting in plain text, then include the @ and hashtags at the end of the post, so it's understandable at least for the most part. Another best practice is to do some research on colorblindness and how that might affect your marketing. In a nutshell, being colorblind means that your color receptors don't always pick up all the colors in the same way that most people see them. There are a few types of colorblindness depending on which receptors aren't picking up signals, so instead of talking about distinct colors, we'll talk more broadly. The most basic thing you can do is keep it simple. Stick with only a few colors. And instead of just colors, use symbols and shapes more effectively. Facebook is known for its simplicity. They have shades of blue, but the images wouldn't change much if you perceive the blue as a different color. Fun fact, Mark Zuckerberg is himself colorblind and sees blue the best, hence why he chose that color scheme. Another tip, if you're using graphs or charts, consider layering textures on top of color. So even if you can't tell the colors quite apart, there's another factor to help differentiate it. So in general, how do you put all of this into practice? A good technique is to create personas that you can use to test your media. Create a checklist of different types of people that might be looking at your social media, and then check your posts against those things. If it passes all of your personas, it's good to go. Hopefully this is helpful info, even though this is just a few brief examples of disabilities that you can help accommodate for. If you have other tips or suggestions, leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.